All right, shalom, shalom. First off, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. Sincere shalom to all you men preaching His word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And shalom to you striving and sincere believers. All right, it's your brother Shemagara coming to you with another lesson. Lord willing, to be edifying. Okay. So in the last few days, Esau Edom, okay, he's pushing recession, okay, and he's using prominent Edomites or rich, wealthy, so-called the richest Edomites to push this agenda. And that's exactly what it is. It's a recession. Well, Salakia, they're pushing a recession, all right, and a lot of people, when they hear this, the average Babylonian slave, all right, they panic, man, because they trust in Bezos and Elon Musk's word, all right, and I just noticed they've been pushing that a little harder, and Edomites are carnal, and 2/3 of our people are carnal, and heathens in general are carnal. So what do? They stock up. They try to prepare, okay, instead of preparing spiritually, all right. So this is from CNN. Okay, batten down the hatches. Bezos and fellow billionaires are issuing recession warnings. And this is from Thursday, and it's Saturday morning. All right. Let's see. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, two of the wealthiest people on the entire planet. All right. Let me stop right there. The elite bankers who rule this world, they're the richest on this planet. All right, but you can't quantify their wealth. That's how much money they have. All right, but you could try. You for the most part, you could put a number on Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk's. All right, around that their net worth. Okay, but they would never put elite's net worth on the internet, but they're worth trillions, man. Okay, so they're in a whole nother bracket. All right, but you can't, you know, due to the powers that be that run this media, all right, you can't even mention that. So they push these two guys as the richest people in the world. All right. Jeff Bezos, and they bought out the media. All right, all forms of communication years ago. I want to say the 1940s or 50s. All right. So nothing that comes out of the mainstream media is against, okay, these people. All right. They could do no wrong. Okay. So these two guys, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, they're lesser luminaries, but they're also puppets. Okay. So they're the people that are over them, because they have meetings and think tanks, and you know, they want this information out. Let's just say that. Okay. And why are they saying this? Okay. What's happening in the world today? There's a war in Ukraine. There's a book, I think it's called All Wars Are Bankers' Wars. So the elite stand to gain so much more with this oncoming war. But the average person, middle class, the lower class, I forget what you call it at the moment, you know, bottom of the barrel. Oh, you're gonna feel it, man. Okay? You're going to feel it, and this war is helping bring that on, man. Okay? Even people that are making six figures are going to feel it. All right? So these guys got the type of money that, and what are a lot of poor people going to have to do? Going to have to sell a lot of things, and the rich stand to gain so much. Okay? Let's see. Bezos earlier this week commented that it's time to batten down the hatches in a tweet. All right. Let's see. Musk, for his part, was a little more sanguine as he sought unsuccessfully in the end. All right. To ease Wall Street's concern about Tesla's growth prospects. Let's get to the point. You know. And by them saying it's going to create a lot of panic, man. All right? A lot of panic. Let's see. Okay, they really ain't say too much. Oh, let me see what Cardi B said. So here's this Israelite woman. Last month, the rapper Cardi B ranted about inflation and interest rate. How are people surviving? I want to know. Okay. So Elon Musk says a global recession could last until the spring of 2024. And he states that we're in a recession, man. And this is all by design, okay? So when you know it's all by design, what happens? You become less panicked. Like the hopeful elect, all right? We know who's behind this. So I'm going to entitle this lesson, The Rich Get Richer and the Poor Get Poorer, okay? A lot of people going to be losing their houses. You know, this is a credit-based society. Losing their houses, you don't own it, all right? Whether you pay mortgage or taxes, they can raise either or to get you up out of there. They know the price to get you up out of there. Okay, so when Americans say, my house, my house, my house. No, you can't really own anything in this country, okay? Even your vehicle, you got to pay a tax. So that's why one of the mottos in this new world order to come, this new system is you will own nothing and be happy, all right? So let's jump to Proverbs 10 verses 15. The rich man's wealth is a strong city. The destruction of the poor is their poverty. Okay? So the rich man's wealth is a strong city. Meaning that money protects him, man, when you're rich. And the destruction of the poor is their poverty. Okay? When you're poor, man, a lot of poor people get taken advantage of. And who's on the bottom and who's on the top? All right? The Israelites are on the bottom. And the Edomite is on top, and more specifically, the Amalekites are on top. They're on top of the Edomites. All right, so they're on top of everybody. So the rich man's wealth is a strong city. And it's hard to take a strong city, and a strong city has walls around it, has defense, has a plan, has the means to fight. All right, so with this recession coming, okay, inflation is going to come with that. The rich, they might take a couple hits, but if they play it right, they could come out on top. They could come out with even more money. It's the upper middle class, lower middle class, to to the poor society. It's really gonna feel it, man. And that's gonna get the elites to basically have their way with society, man. Right? Ecclesiastes 7 verses 12. And I compiled a few scriptures. Because I wanted to specifically just focus on how money, or how the rich you know, um, how it could be a defense, you know. But with that, what do they do? What have they done with this money that the Most High gave them? They've they came up with a system to oppress even more, man. Right? They've come up with a system to trap you, man, to be a perpetual uh, debt slave. Okay, through these contracts, adhesion contracts. You know, Elder Apostle Tahar, he always brings it out, man. You know, for wisdom is a defense and money is a defense. All right, but the 1/3, the elect, they have the wisdom, man. All right, so that's gonna be the stability of our times, man. We know the truth. We know why it's happening. We know how it's happening. A lot of the times, and we got a broad view of when it might happen, not the exact time, but the sequence in which it's gonna happen. All right, so that's a defense. Okay, and money is a defense, but the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. All right, and ultimate life is Yahweh Shah, man. Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakodash. All right, so you know, for the hopeful elect, we're not worried about this thing. We want this thing to collapse. We want the recession. We want the hyperinflation. We want all hell to break loose. Why? Because we're that much closer to the kingdom of heaven and this man being taken out the way because he's an unfit ruler. All right, and he's using his cronies, his lesser luminaries to push this narrative of recession, which is going to happen. All right, and war is going to play a big part in this recession. All right, it's going to be like a Great Depression all over again. Proverbs 22 verses 7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. So the Amalekite have come up with a damn near perfect system of how to keep the world enslaved, man. The rich ruleth over the poor. Who does the poor have to come to? You know, they can't pay for most Americans, most of the world, especially third world countries, can't pay for stuff outright when it comes to shelter, which is a basic necessity, which is which a car, you know, basic necessity. A lot of times, third world countries, they're struggling for food. All right, the rich ruleth over the poor, and that would be not a bad thing if the rulers were righteous. Okay, you can have righteous people that are rich. All right, look at Solomon, look at David. Okay, more so David at when he finally became king. Because David, you know, he came from humble beginnings, I should say. So the rich man ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. Okay, you're a slave. Okay, and that's what we know. All right. But also, we're not slaves to this world. We're slaves to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakwadash. Right? And these people are slaves to this carnal ruler, man. You can't serve two masters. Psalms 109 verses 16. Because that he have remembered not to show mercy. So these rich people that are ruling the world, these elite bankers, and all the way down to these business owners, man, they there's no letting up with them. Because that he remembered not to show mercy, but persecuted the poor and needy man, that he might even slay the broken in heart. All right. And you see the lowest of the low type jobs. All right, you'll see majority Israelites. And a lot of them sometimes are Israelite foreigners. Okay? So that's how he persecutes the poor. Through his laws, through this system, man. You got to work to feed your family. He's taking out taxes. He's overworking you, underpaying you. That's just a common thing. But Jake still believes in the system. Psalms 12 verses 5. For the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, now will I arise, saith the Lord, Yahweh. I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. Okay? For the oppression of the poor. All right, this recession, it's going to be a bad one. All right, it's going to be the worst one coming up of all time. So for the oppression of the poor, what are they going to do? They're going to force that MOTB on you, all right, in the midst of all this chaos. For the sighing of the needy, said we complain continually, in our sleeps. Now will I arise. So how is he going to arise? He's going to say Yahweh Shai and the holy angels who are coming on behalf of the Most High. So it's like the Most High doing this. Saith the Lord, I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. And that's the elect, man. But the rest of these people are going to be caught out here, man. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakodash. And the title of this lesson, as I said, is Rich Get Richer and the Poor Get Poor. Shalom.